Hello guys, Lit here. So today we're going to play with Harvest and specifically Corp Rotations. And this has been always my favorite way to do Harvest. And I still think this is the best way to do Harvest if you're talking about like mid-league to end of the league. And from the result that I'm getting, this is still very strong. And this is probably still one of the best farm in the game. So let's go through all the setup first, then I will explain how you do the Corp Rotations or how you do your map, because that will make a lot of difference. So for the maps, I'm using 8 mod maps. We're going to look for item quantity at least 110%, and if possible for the pack size. And for the scrap, we're going to use 1,000 scrap of doubling. This is going to double the amount of life force that you get. And we're going to use 4 sacrifice fragment. Each of them going to give you 5% quantity. So total of this is going to give you 20% quantity. The more map quantity you have, the more life force you're going to get. And for the passive tree, this is the passive tree looks like. We take basically all the harvest node, and I still take the harvest chance because we are not using astrolabe. And the reason why we are not using astrolabe, because number one, the price is way too high. The second one is this is a speed map. It's very unwise to use astrolabe on the speed strategy. And the second thing that we're going to take from the passive tree is also Delirium, mainly just to farm the Delirium orbs, because this thing doesn't add any time on your maps. You always have the Daily Mirror in front of you when you spawn at the map, and you can do the map as normal, and then you can go to the harvest, right? So Delirium orbs, you get pretty good amount of set currency, and you don't add any time on your map, as long as your build is good enough to do Daily. And I also take some scraps node because why not? If you get some jackpot, some catalyzing, some pilfering, some containment, anything like that, it's going to be extra currency for you. So that is the passive tree. The next one, let's talk about how you run the maps. And this is a speed strategy. So ideally speaking, you want the maps around 1 to 2 minutes. So you pop into the maps, you pop the daily mirror, you kill the boss, you go inside the harvest, you do the harvest, you stop the daily, you pick the loot, you get out. So it's a very fast strategy. Do not try to clear the entire map for altars, because number one, you're not always going to get quantity altars, and even if you get them, it's not going to make up for the amount of time you spend to get all the altars. So altars is very unreliable, and it's not as strong as people make out to be. So once again, ideally you want your map to be around 1 to 2 minutes. 2 minutes is the tops, and sometimes some map you will spend more than 2 minutes. Usually it's a map where you have a harvest that have 5 plot, and you have some yellow juice on them, and everything goes right. You have 9 tier 3 monster, and you also have 1 tier 4 monster. So that is usually the map where it's going to take you more than 2 minutes to clear. Especially when they have a T4 monster, which is a yellow harvest boss, and that boss a lot of the time is just stuck in a loop, and you kind of have to just turn off your deliriums and then just wait for it. That usually add like 20 seconds in the match, so there's nothing you can do about it. This has been a thing for a while, and GGG haven't fixed it until now. I don't even know that they're going to fix it at some point. But that is usually the map where you're going to take more than 2 minutes. But in general, you do not want to cross 2 minute marks. You want to be as close as possible to 1 minute. As for the Corp Rotation itself, I know in the past, a lot of people like to optimize how you do the Corp Rotations to get a little bit more amount of juice off here and there. Please don't do that. Just make it simple. The first priority is always going to be the yellow juice, because that is the most expensive. So if you see yellow juice, you're going to sacrifice the purple and the blue to get as much yellow juice as you can. And if you go into the harvest and you only see blue and purple, you're going to sacrifice the purple to get the blue, because blue is the second priority. There will be some corner cases where you go into the harvest and you only see 1 purple and a gazillion blue or a gazillion yellow. In that specific cases, whether you like it or not, you have to go for the purple, because that is the only possible choice. But in general, just make it simple. You see yellow, you go for yellow. If you don't see yellow, you see blue, then go for blue. As simple as that. Some map you're going to get screwed by RNG, but most of the time it will be fine. So once again, make it simple. Do your map as fast as you can. So I do 50 map tests, and this is basically what I got. I got 66 divine revenue. The cost is around 9 divine, mostly because of the doubling scar harvest. And we are net profit 56 divine and 110 chaos. The amount of time I take to finish the 50 map is 1 hour and 45 minutes, which is not the fastest. This is 2.1 minute average. Like I said before, you want to be in the range of 1 to 2 minute average. But even with this time, I still get 32 divine per hour, which is, in this league, this is one of the best farm in the game, right? So from the 50 maps, I got 117 yellow juice. This is roughly around 40 defined, which is basically most of your currency coming from the yellow juice because this is what we try in the farms. You also get some blue and some purple, which is you're always going to get. You will never get like a perfect run. Sometimes you just get screwed by RNG, and it is what it is. And we also got Fuse Scarab, which is pretty good. And these Delirium Orbs, as you can see, if you accumulate them, if you click this one, this is still worth a decent amount of currency, and this doesn't add any time on your maps. So the Daily Orb is still pretty good. You can sell them as what it is. You can try to, harvest reroll them if you want to. You can get a little bit more from that if you win the gamble, because ultimately it's still a gamble. And another advantage for this strategy, because this is a speed strategy, and we are using 8-mod map with high quantity, you will also get a lot of anomaly. And that is the reason why I go for City Square, because City Square is on the left bottom quarter. And anomaly there is, I think, is one of the best in the entire Atlas. So you not just get what you see on the screen right now, you also get a lot of anomaly, increase your chances to get actually something good. I want to talk a little bit about the crop rotation for Harvest. I see a lot of people saying that, Corp Rotation is dead, Corp Rotation is bad, and so on and so forth. And that is because of the removal of the Holland Scrap of Awakening. We still have them, but it's just not function the same before you get more chances for the plant to not reult. So for Corp Rotation, it's really, really strong. You can see someone go out from the map, having like 30k life juice, which is like crazy amount of life juice, right? And I understand that, and because of that, a lot of people say that Corp Rotation is dead and all that stuff. I don't think it's true at all. I think people too focus on the amount of life force you can get from Corp Rotations, because for me personally, the big strength, the number one strength of Corp Rotation is not the amount of life force you can get, but the ability to choose a specific color. For me, that is the biggest strength of Corp Rotations. So in the context of mid-league to end of the league, where the price gap between the yellow life force and the other life force is just getting bigger and bigger, Corp Rotation will become stronger and stronger. And I hope this test kind of prove it to you, like Corp Rotation is not that. I think it's still the best way to do Harvest. Especially with talking about like mid-league to end of the league. And to be clear, if you want to use Azeroth, you can. You can try to pull the mod of the Azeroth into one specific maps, and you can try to run that map, and if you're lucky you can get like a lot of life force and all that stuff. But for me personally, I just never liked that kind of approach, because it just takes too much time to do, and you are playing with a lot of RNG, and if you win, sure, that's fine, but what if you lose? Like, what is the balance of probability that everything goes right for you? And the more layer you add, the less chances for that to happen. And also because you spend a lot of time, now you have to get something good from the mechanic itself, because you already spent that much time. So for me personally, I don't like that approach, just because, not because it's bad, it's just it add to you a lot of pressure for the mechanic to do good. And that's basically about it. Like, it's not necessarily that the strategy is bad, it's just the odds is stacked against you. So yeah, this is Harvest Corp Rotation, still one of the best strategy in the game. And I personally think this is still the best way to do Harvest. And as usual, if you guys have any questions, just leave it in the comment below. I will try my best to answer it. And thank you everyone for watching. I really, really appreciate it. And I will see you in the next one.